Hey guys, this is going to be a video tutorial on how I do my my one size pocket diapers. Now I make mine usually, I do a hidden PUL, so I'll just bring it over here for a second. So that means that I have actually 3 layers. My PUL is hidden in between 2 other layers. So my outer layer is this one. This is my outer layer, and this is just a woven cotton. And then in between that and my inner layer, where will be hidden, is a layer of just plain PUL. It's hidden, so I don't need a pattern, or I don't need a print or anything, so I just got white. And that is also cut out to my exact diaper shape, along with the outer. And then for my inner, I use just flannel. Some people use, suede cloth or micro fleece or stuff like that, but I mean, flannel's fine for me. Yes, it's not a stay dry material, but it is very inexpensive and affordable. So what I do, because I'm making a pocket, is I took my pattern piece, and when you're tracing it out, I like mine to be sort of like Sun Baby. That's how I like my pockets. So instead of tracing all the way around the entire diaper pattern, I trace almost all the way to the top. So I leave a little bit at the top. So I usually go right to this line here. And if you want to find it, this is the Arfie's one size square tab onto template. I just make it into a pocket because I like the pattern. So yeah, so that's what I do. It's actually, the inner is actually 2 pieces. So like I said, I go up to this line, I leave a little bit at the top. That's maybe 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch. Because you don't want it to actually be part of the elastic casing at the back. So that would be the first piece of my inner fabric. And then the second piece of my inner fabric is this one up here, and that is the back also. And it goes down to pretty much where my elastic starts. And that's how far I make that. So basically I'll trace up to that point, and then I'll remove it, and then I'll just use a ruler and draw straight across. So those are my 2 pieces that make up my inner fabric. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these out, and then I will get on to the next step. Okay, so I've got my inner fabric cut out. Now this is my 2 pieces here, and if you put them together, this is how it's going to sit in the diaper. So basically picture this as one piece. Sorry. Now what you want to do is you want to hem the edges that are going to be not sewn in, if that makes sense. So this edge here, you're going to want to hem that so it doesn't fray. And also this edge here, you're going to want to hem that so it doesn't fray. Now how I do that, some people will pin. I don't usually pin, but just because I kind of know, I don't know. I find it easier to not pin. I find the pins just get in the way when I'm doing something so small. But what I usually do is I fold it over once, and then I will, let's see if I can do this with one hand. Fold it over once a little bit, and then fold it over again, like that. So there is actually no, there's no, what would I say, like rough edge. And then I'll just do a straight stitch straight down, and I'll keep going as I'm sewing. I'll keep folding it over. So you do that for both pieces. So you want to do that for the piece that's going to be, like I said, not sewn around the diaper. So it would be this edge here and this edge here. So I'll go ahead and get that started. Okay, so like I said, you want to make sure that there is no rough edge showing. So you fold it over once a little bit. Let's see if I can get a good look here. You fold it over once, and then you sort of fold it over again, so that this edge here is now folded underneath. And then you want to just straight stitch all the way down the length of that rough edge. And you want to make sure that you back stitch at the start so that it kind of seals it all in. And you just kind of fiddle with it as you're going. So I'll get that finished on both pieces, and then we'll get back for the next step. Okay, so I finished the two edges, and this is what it should look like from the inside. Sorry if it's not focusing. Yeah, so you should have this kind of folded over. There's no raw edge showing at all. And this is what it looks like from this is what it'll look like on the side of the diaper you can see from the inside. So when it's together, it will look like, sorry, this is hard to do with one hand. It should look like that, pretty much. Once you get it all lined up and straight and everything, you'll stitch just around here, so this opening you'll still be able to access in there, and you won't have any raw edges that will fray on you. So the next step after sewing those raw edges is to take your outer fabric and add all the snaps. So basically what you want to do is take your pattern, place it on top of your outer, and mark out where all your snaps go for the front. You don't want to do these ones yet because this has to go through all three layers. You want, these are for your tabs, so it needs to go through the inner layer as well. So you want to mark out just the front snaps and then put all those snaps through your inner fabric. Now you need to remember, some people would go through the PUL and this. I find it too difficult to keep things straight when I do that, so what I do is I actually reinforce with scrap pieces of PUL. I'll use little squares and just kind of put my snaps through that. I'll put the little squares of PUL in the back. So I'll do that, and then I'll show you when it's all done. Okay, so what I have done is I have marked out where all my snaps go, and I just want to show you how I reinforce them. So the first thing you want to do is take your scrap PUL, just little squares like this. And then you're going to want to take this little thing, this pokey thing that comes with your snap, comes with the pliers, and you're going to want to poke a hole through here, poke a hole through where your snap goes, and then, I'll see if I can do this somehow. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do this. So, yeah, you poke a hole through here, like that. Sorry. And then you poke a hole through your outer fabric where your snap is going, right where you marked it, like that. And then you want to take your cap piece and go, oops, through your PUL, through that little hole that you made. And then through the hole on your cotton that you made, through the back, because you want the front of the snap to be on the front of the diaper, obviously. So through that hole like that. And then you would take your female piece, put it on top like that, and snap it together. So that way you have this little square of PUL reinforcing that snap just in case. So I'll do all those snaps and then we'll come back. Okay, so I've got all my snaps put on, my rise snaps, my hip snaps, and they are all reinforced with little scrap squares of PUL. The next step is to start laying them all out and start sewing them together. So come back for part 2 and I will show you how to do that.